Hello dear friends, welcome to another lecture of engineering mechanics. This is truss part 3. We have started truss 2 days ago, 2 lectures ago. We saw the concept of truss, what is truss, what are the types of truss. We saw what is our objective in truss, calculating member forces, and we saw one method of finding forces in the members, method of joint. And today we are going to see how to calculate member forces using method of sections, and we are also going to see the concept of perfect truss. Okay, I am going to explain the entire concept behind perfect truss, and also we will solve some problems using method of sections. Okay, now those of you who are watching our lecture for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Apurop Rao, MTech from IIT Kharagpur. My specialization was mechanical systems design. Then I was working in Mahindra Research Valley, which is located in Chennai, which is the R&D center of Mahindra. I was deputy manager and my work was related to the design and analysis of cars. Okay. So I worked there for 2 years. Then I left my job and I started teaching. I've been teaching for more than 6 years now. I have taught thousands of students across nation, and I teach subjects related to design, engineering mechanics, strength of material, machine design, theory of machine. All these subjects are subjects related to design, which consists of 25 to 30% of your syllabus of GATE and ESE. Now, if you are new to our channel, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon, because you are going to get amazing content on this channel. You are going to get all the lectures of mechanical engineering. So this is a one-stop solution of mechanical engineers. So subscribe to this channel, and if you have already subscribed, hit the like button right now. The like button works as an attendance, online attendance. So if you are present, hit the like button, and it also inspires us to do well, to do more and more for our students. Okay, and in order to reach to maximum number of students, we need your support. This is your YouTube channel. You are a part of our family, Unacademy Gate ME. So in order to grow in numbers, in order to grow this family, we need your support, we need your cooperation. What we need from you, please share the link of these videos with all your friends on WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, wherever possible. Please share the link of these videos. Call your friends, tell them to be online. If you be online, if we watch that these many students are watching our videos online, then we get inspired and we make more and more videos, we make more and more lectures. Okay, so how we perform on this channel is dependent on you, dependent on your love, dependent on your support, dependent on your contribution. So please support us by sharing the lectures with all your friends. Thank you so much if you have already done that. Now you can download our lecture PDFs, all the lecture PDFs from our Telegram channel, tinyurl.com/gateme. This is the URL for our Telegram channel. If you go to this URL, then you will get to our Telegram channel where you will see all the PDF of our lecture notes. And you can personally download my ebooks and notes, my personal ebooks and notes from this tinyurl.com/Apurop10. It is a website where I have uploaded all my notes, all my lectures, and you will also find an Excel sheet. You will also find an Excel sheet which consists of links of all my special classes. Every day at 9:30 p.m. Every day at 9:30 p.m. we have DPP session. What is DPP? DPP means daily practice problems, right? So every day, whatever we learn on YouTube, whatever concept we clear on YouTube, related to those concepts, we solve problems in these DPP sessions at 9:30 p.m. on Unacademy. And these lectures are completely free for all. So you can also attend these lectures. How to attend these lectures? Just go to tinyurl.com/Apurop10. There you will find this Excel sheet. Open that Excel sheet. You will find the title of the lecture, date and time of the lecture, and these are the links of our lecture. These are the links of our lecture. Click on that link and you will go to my DPP session. Okay, so every day after YouTube class ends at 9 p.m. at 9:30 p.m. After half an hour we have these DPP session. Today also we will have this DPP session. Okay, so whatever concept we will learn today, method of section, we will solve problems using method of section in today's DPP session. Okay, now let's start the section. Now today's topic, the first topic for today is perfect trust. You might have heard this word a lot of times. Now let's understand the true meaning of perfect trust. So what do we mean by perfect trust? What is the definition of perfect trust? A perfect trust is a trust which has just enough number of members to keep the trust in equilibrium. For example, let's say to keep a trust in equilibrium, we need 10 members. So it only has 10 members, not less than 10 members, not more than 10 members. Okay. So a perfect trust is a trust which has just enough number of members which are needed to keep the trust in equilibrium. The trust must be in equilibrium. The trust must not collapse. The trust must not move. So in order to keep it in equilibrium, in order to keep it stable, how many members do you need? So if you need 10 members to keep the trust in equilibrium, then it will be a perfect trust if the number of members are exactly equal to 10. If the number of members are less than 10, then what is going to happen? That you will understand from the second point. A perfect trust is statically determinate. Now what do we mean by statically determinate? Statically determinate means number of unknowns should be equal to number of equilibrium equations. See, in case of statics, how do you find the unknown forces? In case of statics, whenever there are unknown forces, how do you find it? What method do you use? What equation do you use? You use equilibrium equation, right? In statics, we only have equilibrium equations to find out the unknowns, right? So if the number of unknowns and number of equilibrium equations are equal, means you can determine all the unknowns. So it is known as statically determinate. Do you understand the meaning? Statically determinate. Statically determinate means number of unknowns are equal to number of equation, equilibrium equation. If the number of unknowns are more and number of equilibrium equations are less, then it is known as statically indeterminate. So my friend, a perfect trust is statically determinate. Means if you have 10 members and 10 equilibrium equations, then it will be a determinate trust means perfect trust. But if you have more number of members and less number of equations, then it will become statically indeterminate. Statically indeterminate. So statically indeterminate means you have more number of members. And if you have less number of members, then what is going to happen? Let's say you need 10 members to keep the trust in equilibrium, but now you have only 9. Then what is going to happen? The trust is going to collapse. The trust is simply going to collapse, right? So my friend, do you understand the meaning of perfect trust? Perfect trust means number of unknowns should be equal to number of equilibrium equation. If the number of unknowns are more, if the number of members are more, it will become indeterminate, and if the number of members are less, it will not be in equilibrium, it will not be stable, it will collapse. Is it clear to everyone? Yes? Very good. Now, there must be some mathematical equation of perfect trust. How will you find whether a trust is a perfect trust or not? So there must be some mathematical relation. So let's derive that mathematical relation, okay? Although some of you might know that mathematical relation, but let's derive that mathematical relation. So let's say we have m number of members and we have j number of joints. So we need a relation between M and J. We need a mathematical relation with respect to M and J, using which we can find out whether a truss is a perfect truss or not. Okay. Now, what will be the concept behind it? I told you, perfect truss is statically determinate. So for a perfect truss, for a perfect truss, number of unknowns should be equal to number of equilibrium equations, right? Now, how many number of unknowns do we have? See, there is one hinge support, so there will be one reaction in Y, one reaction in X, and there is only one roller support, so one reaction in Y. Okay, so already we have three reaction forces which are unknown. Let's say these are known. मान लो this is 2 kilonewton, this is 4 kilonewton. So let's say these forces are known. So we have these three unknown forces, three reaction forces, they are also unknown, and every member has an unknown force, right? There is one unknown force in every member, and how many members do we have? M number of members, na? M number of members. So how many unknowns will we have? There are three reactions plus every member has one unknown force, and there are M number of members. So how many unknowns? M plus 3, right? M plus 3, M plus 3. M plus 3 will be the number of unknowns, right? M number of members, and in every member there is one unknown force. So M number of unknown forces in members plus 3 reactions. Okay. And how many equilibrium equation do you have? See, when we apply method of joint, we draw the FBD of joint, and at every joint, how many equations do we have? We have two equations, summation of fx and summation of fy. When we consider the joints, we have two equilibrium equation for every joint. And how many joints do we have? J. So how many total equilibrium equation? Two equation for every joint. So total equations will be 2J. So these are the number of unknowns and number of equilibrium equations. So if they are equal, the truss is perfect. Now can I write it like this? M equal to 2J minus 3. Yes, I can write it like this. M equal to 2J minus 3. This is the equation for a perfect truss. This is the equation for a perfect truss. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? M equal to 2J minus 3. This is the equation for a perfect truss. Now, understand this. There are three conditions. First, if M is equal to 2J minus 3. If M is equal to 2J minus 3, perfect truss. Okay, if M equal to 2J minus 3 means perfect truss. Okay. Second, if M is greater than 2J minus 3, means number of members are more. So it will be an over rigid truss. Over rigid. Extra rigidity it has. Okay, over rigid truss, which is statically indeterminate. This is statically indeterminate. Perfect truss is statically determinate. So do you understand the difference between two? This is statically determinate, this is indeterminate. Okay. Now, if member are less than 2J minus 3, then what is going to happen? If the number of members are less, then trust will be unstable, not in equilibrium. Unstable means not in equilibrium. These two are in equilibrium. If m is equal to 2j minus 3, it's still equilibrium. If m is greater than 2j minus 3, still in equilibrium. But if m is less than 2j minus 3, it will not be in equilibrium and it will collapse. Now understand in this example, how many members do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And how many joints do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 2j minus 3, 2 into 6, 12 minus 3, 9. So number of members number of members are equal to 2j minus 3. So this is a perfect truss. This is a perfect truss. Okay. All the trusses that you will see in your textbook or in your exams, they will be perfect truss. We analyze only perfect trusses, okay, which are statically determinate. So do you understand the concept of perfect truss? Do you understand the equation that we got for a perfect truss? Nobody will tell you how this equation is derived, okay? Only a few people will tell you how this equation is derived. But I am going to tell you everything. I am going to tell all the concept. So number of unknowns are equal to number of equilibrium equation. This is a condition for statically determinate truss. Means m should be equal to 2j minus 3. So if m is equal to 2j minus 3, it is a perfect truss which is statically determinate. If m is greater than 2j minus 3, it is still equilibrium, but it is over rigid, it is statically indeterminate. And if m is less than 2j minus 3, means it is unstable truss, it is not in equilibrium. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Very good. Now let's move on to another method of solving truss problems. See, we have already seen one method of joints. Now we will see another method known as method of sections. So let's see another method of section. Now method of joint is used when we have to find forces in all the members of the truss. If you want to find forces in all the members, then method of joint is okay. But if you want to find force in a few particular members, 1 member, 2 member, maximum 3 member, then method of joint will become very lengthy, because you will have to solve a lots of joints. For example, if I ask you find the force in member GC, then you will first solve joint A, then you will move on to joint G, and then you will get force in GC. But in method of section, we can directly find out the force in any member. What do you need? What do you need? In method of section, if you want to find the force in any member, you just cut that member. You just cut that member. And how will we cut that member? We take a section and we will divide the truss into two parts. We will take a section, we will take a plane, and we will divide the truss into two parts. So let's say we need to find force in member GE, GC and BC. So what will be the section? What will be the section? How will we cut it? How will we cut it? See, let me pass a section like this. So if I pass a section like this, the truss is going to be divided into two parts, a left part and a right part. Okay. And now you can calculate force in which members? Whichever is cut from this section. So which one is cut? GE is cut, GC is cut, and BC is cut. And how will we find it? How will we find it? We will consider the FBD of either the left part of the truss or the right part of the truss. Okay. So my friend, if you consider left part of truss or right part of truss, you need the reactions at the supports. If I am considering the left part, I need reaction at A, If I'm considering the right part, I need reactions at D. Yes? So first of all, let's find out the reactions. So there will be a vertical reaction at A and a horizontal reaction at A. As there is hinge support at A, there is hinge support at A, so vertical reaction and horizontal reaction, and there is a roller support at D, so there will be only a vertical reaction. Okay. Now my friend, there is only one horizontal force acting on this truss, 400 Newton. So this horizontal reaction will be equal and opposite 400 Newton, right? So now there are two unknowns, RA and RD. Vertical reaction at A, vertical reaction at D. So let's find out vertical reaction at A by taking moment at D. Let's take moment at D. So if I take moment at D, moment of RD will be gone and moment of this 400 will also be gone. This is also passing through D, na? So this moment of 400 is also gone. Moment of reaction at A, RA, will be equal to how much? RA into 12, and it will be clockwise, right? Moment of this 400 Newton is also going to be clockwise. So it will be plus 400 into this distance is 3 meter. These two moments are clockwise. Moment of 1200 is anti-clockwise. So 1200 into 4. Okay. So how much RA are you going to get? How much RA are you going to get? 1200 into 4, 4800 minus 400 into 3, 1200. 4800 minus 1200, 1600, 3600 divided by 12. 1200 into 4 minus 400 into 3, 3600 divided by 12 means 300. So RA is 300, and if RA is 300, RD will be 900 because total force is 1200 na. Total force is 1200 downward vertical force. So 300 and this will be 900, right? So now it is in equilibrium. Summation of Fx, summation of Fy, all are 0. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We are going to take a section. We are going to take a section. This section, right? So we have cut this truss into two parts. We have cut this truss into two parts. Now you can draw the FBD of either the left part or the right part. You have the reaction at both the ends. So you can draw the FBD of left part or right part. Doesn't matter. Your solution will become same. Your answers will be same. Okay. So let me take the left part. Let me take the left part. Okay. So I have the left part of truss. Now draw all the forces. So there is a force of 300 here and 400 here, right? This is 300 and this is 400, right? Now beta, see, I have cut this truss. I have cut this truss from this. So these members, these three members are cut. Now GE is cut, GC is cut, BC is cut. GE, GC and BC are cut. So there will be force in GE, GC and BC, right? There will be force in GE, GC and BC, right? This force, this force, this force. What is this? F of GE. What is this? F of GC. What is this? F of BC. Is it clear? Is it clear? We have cut the members from this section. We have cut the members from this section. So I will get these forces, right? I will get these forces. What are these forces? These are the internal force in the member. Internal force in this member. Okay. If this member is not cut, if any member is not cut, then you will not show the internal force. But if any member is cut from the section, you will show the internal force. Now understand this, beta. Understand this. What is the nature of all these forces right now? It is tensile. The nature is tensile. Right now I am assuming tension. Now understand this. Understand this. If this is a member, if this is a member, okay, if this is a member, then my friend, if you watch the external force, the tension will look like this. Externally, tension force will look like this. Okay, this is tension. Okay, so externally tension will look like this, but internally tension will look opposite. Internally ulta dikhega. Internally you will see that tension force is opposite. It will look like compression. Internally tension will look like compression. Okay, now if you want to understand exactly how it is going to be, cut this member, then you see, then you will understand it is tension. So my friend, externally the tension will be like this, but internally tension will be like this, like compression. These are internal forces and this is external force. Internal force, external force. So externally tension is like this, internally tension is like this. Okay, internally tension is like this. Internally tension is like this. Internally tension is like this. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? So my friend, if you are confused whether it is tension or compression, then you follow this diagram. Follow this diagram. Okay, externally tension will be like this, internally tension will be like this. This is external and this is internal. Okay, when you cut it, then it will look like this. Okay, so all these three forces are tensile. I have assumed they are tensile. So this is the FBD of left part. This is the FBD of left part. Okay. Now my friend, in order to solve this FBD, I can use the equilibrium equation. I need to find all these three members. So how will I find these three members? Let's first find out FGE. Okay, let's first find out FGE. So how I am going to find FGE? Very simple, beta, very simple. Take moment at this point. Take moment at this point. What is this point? This point is point C. Take moment at point C. Now you will say that point C is not part of this truss. How are we going to take moment at point C? So it is not necessary, beta, that you can only take moment about point of truss. You can take moment about any point. It is not necessary that point should be within the body. That point can lie outside the body. So I am considering only this much body, but I can take moment about point C also. Whether C is inside this body or outside this body, doesn't matter. You can take moment. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? You can take moment about C, no issue, no issue. Okay, you can take moment about A, you can take moment about B, G, you can take moment about C, you can also take moment about E, you can take moment about E, D, doesn't matter. Okay, but you will only consider forces in this much part. You will forget about right part. Right now I am only considering left part. Okay, so take moment about C. What equation are you going to get, beta? If you take moment about C, that moment of GC and BC is gone. Moment of this 400 is also gone. GC and BC are passing through C. So their moment is gone. 400 is also passing through C. So what will be left? 800 and GE. So FGE multiplied by what is this distance? 3 meter plus 800 multiplied by what is this distance? 800. Sorry, this is not 800, this is 300. Sorry beta, sorry, my poor handwriting. This is 300. So 300 multiplied by what is this distance from A to C? What is the difference from A to C? Distance 8 meter equal to 0. So from here, how much FGE will you get? 800 minus 800, right? FGE is minus 800 and negative sign means I have assumed tension. So negative sign means compression. Negative sign means compression, right? Now I need to find FGC. So what I will do? I need to find FGC. So what I will do? Simple. I will apply summation of Fy equal to 0. I will apply summation of Fy equal to 0. So in vertical direction, you will not get GE and BC. In vertical direction, you will only get vertical component of GC. Now what is this angle, beta? What is this angle? Can you tell me this angle? Can you tell me this angle? Tan inverse of 3 by 4. Tan inverse of 3 by 4. How much is tan inverse of 3 by 4? 36.87. 36.87. Right, 36.87. So beta, what will be summation of Fy equal to 0? FGC sine 36.87. It will be downward, 300 upward. FGC sine 36.87. This angle is 36.87. So FGC sine component equal to 300, right? FGC sine 36.87 equal to 300. So how much is FGC? Force in GC. 300 by sine 36.87. How much? 180. 180. Are you getting 180? And it is positive. Positive means tension. I have assumed tension. Remember, I have assumed tension. So positive answer means my assumption is correct. My assumption is correct. So this is tension. Okay? So FGE minus 800, FGC 180. Okay. Now beta, I need FBC. So what I will apply? What I will apply? I have two options. I can take moment at G, or I can just apply summation of Fx equals to 0. I can take moment at G and I will get FBC, or simply I can take summation of Fx equals to 0. So let me apply summation of Fx equals to 0. So what I will get? Summation of Fx equals to 0. FGE plus FGC cos 36.87 plus FBC equal to 400. FGE plus FGC cos 36.87 plus FBC. All these three are in plus x direction, right? And this 400 is in minus x direction. So from here you will get FBC. What will be FBC? 400 minus FGE means plus 800, है ना? Minus minus plus हो जाएगा. Minus 180 cos 36.87. So how much are you getting? 1056. Are you getting 1056? 1056 are you getting? Yes, yes. 1056, and you are getting a positive answer, right? You are getting a positive answer. So this means that it is tensile. It is tensile. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? So my friend, is the concept clear to you? Is the concept clear to you? Whatever member you need to find the force in. If you need to find force in member GE, you will cut member GE. If you want to find force in member GC, you will cut member GC. If you want force in BC, you will cut BC. If you want force in EC, you will get EC. But if you cut the truss, it should be cut into two parts. Okay, you have to divide the truss into two different parts, and you can draw free body diagram of any one part, either the left part or the right part, doesn't matter, but draw the FBD of any one part. Okay, left part, right part doesn't matter, but you have to draw FBD of any one part. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Very good, beta. Very good, very good, very good. Now my friend, let's solve some more problems based on this, so that we will understand how to take section and how to draw FBD of part of truss. Okay, so let's move on to this problem. Find the force in members CD and DF. Okay, CD and DF, CD and DF. So if you apply method of joint, you will have to solve 2-3 joints. Okay, 2-3 joints solve करने पड़ जाएंगे. We will have to solve 2-3 joints. So it will become very lengthy. It will become very lengthy. So it will be better if you apply method of section here. It will be better if you apply method of section here. Okay. Now my friend, if you cut it using a section, then you need reactions, right? You will need reaction. So first let's find out the reaction. पहले reaction निकाल लेते हैं. Now there will be no horizontal reaction here because there is no horizontal force. Now can you see horizontal force? No. So no horizontal reaction at B. Okay, so you will only get vertical reaction. Okay, now I need to find RB and RJ. So what I will do, I will take moment at J. So what I will get, RB multiplied by 9.6. What is this? 4 panels of 2.4 meter. So this is 2.4, 2.4, 2.4, 2.4, like this. Okay, so RB into 9.6 equal to 12 into 2.4 plus 2.4, 4.8 plus 12 into 2.4. So how much RB are you getting? How much RB are you getting? How much RB are you getting? 12 into 4.8 plus 12 into 2.4. 86.4. 86.4 divided by 9.6. Are you getting 9? Are you getting 9? Yes. Are you getting 9? Yes. Okay. Now if this is 9, then what will be RJ? अगर RB 9 है तो RJ कितना होगा? 24 minus 9 ना, 24 minus 9. This is 9. This is 9. So this will be 24 minus 9 means 15. है कि नहीं? Yes. चलो. Now I will cut this using a section and I need to find force in CD and DF. मेरे को किसमें किसमें फोर्स निकालना है? इसमें और इसमें. So my section should cut both these members. My section should cut both these members. So I will cut it like this. Again, I will cut it like this. Now I can draw left part or I can draw right part. Which one will be better? Which one will be better? Which one will be easier? Left part ना simple दिख रहा है, dimple दिख रहा है. Left part will be easier to draw. Left part will be easier to solve. So let's consider the left part. Cut it like this and consider the left part. Okay. So if I consider the left part, let's draw the left part. पहले left part draw कर लेते हैं. Draw the left part. Okay. So this is the left part. ठीक है? This is the left part. This is A, B, and D. Okay. And this force is 9. This force, and this force. These will be unknown. So this will be F AC. This will be F CD. This will be F DF. And I need FCD and FDF. I need FCD and FDF. Okay. So what I will do, beta? What I will do? What I can do? What I can do? First of all, FCD will be very easy to find. FCD will be very easy to find. Just apply summation of Fy equal to 0 because FAC and DF both are in X. There is only one unknown in Y. There is only one unknown in Y. FCD. So if you apply summation of Fy equal to 0, what you will get? FCD plus 9 equal to 0. So FCD will be minus 9 kilonewton and it is negative means it is compressive because I am assuming tension. I am assuming tension. Okay. So it must be compressive. This is compressive. Okay. Then summation of Fx equals to 0 if you apply, you will have two unknowns. So what you will do? Take moment at D. So if you take moment at point D, FCD and DF will be gone. So you will get only 9 and FAC and both these moments will be clockwise now. Both these moments will be clockwise. Okay. So what you will get? FAC multiplied by, what is this distance from FAC to this point, what will be distance? 1.8. Okay, 1.8 plus 9 into, what is the distance? What is this distance? 2.4 equal to 0. So FAC will be equal to 9 into 2.4 divided by 1.8, 12, and it will be negative, means minus 12. Okay, so it is again compressive. This is also again negative, means compressive. Ab bacha FDF. Now if you apply summation of Fx equals to 0, if you apply summation of Fx equals to 0, you will see FAC and FDF will be equal and opposite. FAC plus FDF equal to 0. So FDF will be minus of FAC. FDF will be minus of FAC, means plus 12. FAC is minus 12 na. So minus of FAC means plus 12, means it is tensile, right? Acha, we needed force only in CD and DF, right? I calculated FAC. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, extra force I calculated, it's okay. So now do you understand what will be the process? Now do you understand what will be the process? Whatever member force you need to find, cut that member using a section. And when you cut the section, when you cut the truss, it should be divided into two parts. Now you can draw FBD of any one part, left part, right part, top part, bottom part, any part you feel will be convenient for you. Okay? एक और सवाल सॉल्व करें, एक और सवाल सॉल्व करें. Let's solve this problem. Let's solve this problem. Interesting problem. Interesting problem. Find the force in member CD. Find the force in member CD. Okay? Find the force in member CD. How you are going to find the force in member CD? Beta, member CD means this member. Okay? This member. So when, how you will cut this? How you will cut this? Beta, how you will cut this? First of all, you need to understand how you are going to cut it. So can I cut it like this? ऐसे काट लें. ऐसे काटने से फायदा क्या होगा? What will be the advantage of cutting it like this? See, if I cut it like this, and if I consider the right part, there will be no reaction. So in this problem, you don't need to solve the reaction. In this problem, you don't need to find the reaction, because I am cutting it like this and I am considering the right side part. If you consider the left side part, then you will need reaction. Okay, no problem. If you want to do it, do that. But it will take longer, right? It will take more time. So what I am going to do is, I am going to consider the right side part, and there is no reaction in the right side part na. So I don't have to find the reaction. So cut it like this. Draw the right side part. ठीक है? पहले तो draw the right side part draw कर लेते हैं. बहुत बड़ा drawing होगा. Okay, थोड़ा time लगेगा. It will need some time. It will require some time. Okay, so give me some time. You also draw it. Okay, आप भी draw करो. चलो, कंप्लीट हो गया अपना ड्राइंग. जैसा भी बना है, थोड़ा इसको ठीक कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा इसको ठीक कर लेते हैं. मजा नहीं आ रहा है. अब ठीक लग रहा है. Now it looks fine. है कि नहीं? So this is joint C, E, G, I. ठीक है? H, F. Okay, and there is a force like this, there is a force like this, there is a force like this. Okay, what are these unknowns? This is F AC, this is F CD, and this is F DF. ठीक है? And there are vertical forces at C, E, G, and I. Sub 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So this is 10, 10, 10. So 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Now I need force in CD, but there are extra two unknowns, FAC and FDF. Okay, I need force in CD. There are two extra unknowns, FAC and FDF. I need to eliminate FAC and FDF. So how I am going to eliminate that? Can I take summation of Fy equal to 0? No, because there will be vertical component of DF also. If you apply summation of Fy equal to 0, FAC will be eliminated, but there will be vertical component of DF na. I don't need DF, I don't need AC. So I want to eliminate both. So I will have to take moment. Okay, this is for sure. I will have to take moment. But about which point? About which point I will take moment? Kiss point about if I take moment, FAC and FDF both will be eliminated. Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? Yes, my friends. If you take moment about point I, look at the line of action of AC. AC is passing through point I, and look at line of action of DF. DF is also passing through I na. See, this DF is also passing through I. Line of action is passing through I. AC is also passing through I. Line of action is passing through I. So if I take moment at point I, then both these forces will be eliminated, FAC, FDF. Is it clear to you? So shall we take moment at I? So just one equation will give you the value of FCD. Okay. So if I take moment at I, FAC is gone, FDF is gone, this 10 is also gone. Okay. So what will be the equation? FCD multiplied by distance from C to I. C से लेके I तक का distance 3 plus 3 plus 3 9. Okay. Plus 10 into 9 plus this 10 into 6 plus this 10 into 3 equal to 0. This is the moment na. FAC is gone, FDF is gone, this 10 is gone. So ye 10, 10, 10, 3, 10 and FCD. So FCD into 9, 10 into 9, 10 into 6, 10 into 3. All these moments are clockwise. Okay. So my friend, what you will get? FCD equal to, how much you will get? How much you will get? 10 into 9 plus 10 into 6 plus 10 into 3. 180 divided by 9, 20, and it will be negative. Right? Minus 20. So is everyone getting this? Minus 20 kilonewton. Right? If you use method of joint here, then my friend, first you will have to find the reaction, then you will solve joint B, then you will solve joint D, then you will get force in CD. It will take lots of time. Okay. But in method of section, using method of section, we solved this problem in only one equation. Using only one equation, we found out the force in CD. So isn't it amazing? So in maximum cases, you will use method of section. But that doesn't mean method of joint is not required. In some problems, method of joint will also be used, and in some problems, method of section will be used. Okay. Chalo. Now let's solve this problem. A cantilever truss is loaded as shown in figure. If the magnitude of force in member AB is 2 kilonewton, then the magnitude of force in member ED will be. Okay. So my friend, what is given in this question? See, understand this question. Force in AB is known 2 kilonewton, and we need to find force in ED. W is not known. So what you need to do is, first you need to find the value of W using the force in AB, and then you find the force in ED. So in this problem, you have to cut AB as well as ED, because we know the force in AB and we need the force in ED. So cut this truss like this. Okay, ऐसा cut करना है. AB should be cut, ED should also be cut. And which part we will consider? This is a cantilever truss, beta. So all the reactions are only on one side, left side. So if I consider the right side, no need of calculating reaction, right? No need of calculating reaction. So consider the right side part, consider the right side part, consider the right side part. So if I consider the right side part, what am I going to get? If I consider the right side part, what am I going to get? Let me draw the right side part. Okay, let me draw the right side part. राइट साइड वाला पार्ट में ड्रॉ कर लेता हूं. So it is like this ना. ठीक है. So this is joint BCD. BCD. ठीक है. Force, force, force. Okay. This is FAB. This is FBE. This is FDE. ठीक है. There are two forces W and W. Okay. अब बेटा FAB we already know. Okay. Sorry. FAB we already know. अरे यार, what is happening? W. FAB we already know, so let me write it 2 kilonewton directly. Instead of FAB, I will write it 2 kilonewton. FAB is given na 2 kilonewton, so let me write it 2 kilonewton. Okay. So first of all, I need to find the value of W. If you need force in ED, I need this force. मेरे को ये निकालना है. Okay. So if I need this, I need to calculate W first. Okay. So how will I calculate W? Can I take moment at point T? Can I take moment at point T? If I take moment at point T, E, then moment of BE and DE will be gone. And you will get W, right? So what you will get? 2 multiplied by यहाँ से यहाँ तक vertical distance 3 meter, right? Sorry. 2 multiplied by 3. This will be anti-clockwise. W का moment is also, this W का moment is also anti-clockwise, right? So this W multiplied by, what will be this distance, beta? 2 meter na, half. This will be bisecting ED. So this distance will be 2 meter. Okay. So these two moments are anti-clock. Sorry. Moment of this W will be clockwise na. I am taking moment about E na. So 2 ka moment anti-clockwise. Is W ka moment clockwise? Is W ka moment is also clockwise. Okay. So minus W into, this will be how much? 2. Is W ka distance how much? 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 2, 6 equal to 2. So how much we will get W? 6 by 8. 0.75. W is 0.75. Okay, W is 0.75. So I've got the value of W force na. Now can I calculate force in DE? How I can calculate force in DE? By summation of Fx equals to 0? No. I need to take moment at B. So if I take moment at B, 2 kilonewton gone, W gone, FBE gone, but you will get moment of this W and you will get moment of FDE. Okay. So दोनों moment will be clockwise. If I take moment at B, FDE का moment clockwise, W का moment clockwise. Okay. So what you will get? FDE multiplied by vertical distance is how much? 3 meter. Plus W into this distance is 4 meter. So FDE will be 4 into 0.75 by 3. 4 into 0.75 by 3, 1. And it is negative. It will be negative. Minus 1 kilonewton. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Negative means it must be compressive. Negative means it must be compressive because we are assuming all tension. We are assuming all tension. So negative means it is compression. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes? Very good, beta. Very good. Very good. Very good. So do you want to solve more problems? More problems? Yes. Now beta, if you want to solve more problems, come to 9:30 session, DPP session. We will solve some more problems on method of section. Okay. Otherwise, your concepts are clear, right? Your concepts are clear. How to solve problems using method of section. Just cut the truss using a section. Draw the FBD of any one part. Solve that FBD by applying equilibrium equation, and you will get the force, right? You will get the force. So if you want to solve some more problems, just come to DPP session, daily practice problems of engineering mechanics, part 8. कितने बजे 9:30 PM now. Okay, today. आज 9:30 बजे 9:30 PM today, 9:30 PM today, my friend. Okay, daily practice problems of engineering mechanics. And where you will find the link? tinyurl.com/approved10. Go to tinyurl.com/approved10. Find the Excel sheet. Upcoming live classes. Find the Excel sheet. You will get the link here. Click here. Okay. So my friend, at 9:30 PM, go have dinner, and at 9:30 PM, I will meet you for the DPP sessions. Okay. That you are sitting in front of us. You will feel that you are sitting in front of us. Look at how many advantages of Unacademy Plus subscription is. You will get live classes in both languages, English and Hindi. So there is no language barrier. My classes will be in English as well as in Hindi. Everyone will understand. That is a promise. Everyone will understand. Okay. There will be dedicated doubt clearing sessions. Every 4th lecture in Unacademy is a doubt clearing lecture where all students can ask doubt. All students can ask doubt freely. So we will have an environment where you can freely ask your doubts. Okay, you can send your question. If you are having a problem with any particular question, you take a picture and you can send that question. There is a provision of that. There is a tool for that on Unacademy. That is not available on YouTube, right? There will be weekly tests, which is not available on YouTube now. Can we have weekly tests here? No. So my friend, there will be weekly tests. There will be crash courses. There is rank improvement batch. My friend, there are lots and lots of tools which are available on Unacademy, because Unacademy is an educational platform. It is specially designed for education. YouTube was not designed for education. We are educating you on YouTube, but we don't have these tools on YouTube now, because it is not designed for that. It is not designed for that purpose. It was designed for entertainment. So you will find tools for entertainment, but you will not find tools for education. Okay. So if you want proper education, if you want to understand everything in a proper manner, systematic manner, you need course completion on time, you need DPPs, you need previous year question, you need proper guidance and mentorship, then take the Plus subscription, my friend. Take the Plus subscription. Okay. And the cost is very less. Cost is so less. Why we need to pay? You understand this beta. Because Unacademy has to pay for educators. Unacademy has to pay for its tools. Unacademy has to pay for its platform. So that's why you need to pay a minimal amount, right? Otherwise, we can make it free. But if you make it free, then can you provide the quality of education here? No. So for quality, you need to pay some amount, right? But look at the amount. Look at 1 year and 2 year subscription plan. 1 year subscription plan only costs 25,000, and 2 year subscription plan only costs 30,000. So can you understand this quality of education only in this much amount, 25,000 and 30,000? And if you use this code approved10, then you will get a 10% off. So this 25,000 will become 22,500, and this 30,000 will become 27,000. And if you use this code, then I will personally guide you, mentor you throughout your preparation. My entire team will support you. Negi sir, Prakhar sir, Pallav sir, Amit sir, everyone will support you, everyone will guide you, everyone will mentor you. So you will have the guidance of so many educators, and you will feel like you are sitting in classroom in front of us. So that is a guarantee. So take the admission today. If you want, you can pay this in EMI also. There is credit card EMI, debit card EMI, and nowadays you can pay EMI using Bajaj Finance services. Okay. So don't forget to use this code APPROVE10. And if you have any doubt, then you can always call me. Always call me, and I will encourage students to call me instead of texting me. WhatsApp पे text करने से अच्छा you better call me ना. Call पे अच्छे से बात हो पाती है. Call में I will be able to explain in better way. Okay, so call me if you need any guidance, if you need any support. Okay, thank you so much for watching this lecture. Let's meet at 9:30 p.m. for our DPP session. Okay, 9:30 p.m. DPP session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, lovely students. Thank you so much.